No, you have to go take a shower. Your mom is calling you.
Do you hear that, Azalea? You have to take a shower. Hey, we're going live. Azalea, are you there? Come in, Azalea. You're there.
Come on, go before you get in trouble.
Hey, Star Wars fans, say hi to Azalea. She's got to go take a shower after a baseball game. Hi, Alfie.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Hey,
Wait,
I'll do.
are we live?
We are live now.
Oh,
I
okay.
started live talking about Azalea taking a shower after a baseball game.
That's right. She smells.
That's right. Hey, Star Wars fans and Rule the Galaxy fans, we wanted to start this one casual because we're doing something different. We're one going on Wednesday night instead of Thursday night. So those of you catching on live, you'll see that. Two, we're going to watch along with the Bad Batch finale. We're going to have it playing on one screen while we're talking and everything else on the other screen. Hopefully, we don't get too quiet and pay attention too much and we actually discuss it. I can watch it again later without you guys and really pay attention. But it's Rule the Galaxy. We're here for episode 264. 264 Rule the Galaxy. We will be doing me, Alfie, and D-Doc at least, watching the Bad Batch, talking about it, and then having a quick discussion afterwards and just going through all of our thoughts and ideas from the show. Just to catch you up on some things before D-Doc will be here in a moment. Obviously, this is show 264. Things to get ready for, obviously. We have May the 4th coming up this weekend. We have Tales of the Empire coming up this weekend. We have the Phantom Menace screening starting this coming weekend. So, all those things we will discuss. I'm sure I'd be more than happy. I think the guys, if we can get it to where we can have each of us maybe do a quick video with our thoughts on going to see the Phantom Menace or what we did on May the 4th, or if we before we catch up in a week on Tales of the Empire, if anybody wants to shoot out a quick video, we'll probably do that. But right now, what we're doing is a watch video, and it's right now with just me and Alfie. So, hey, Alfie, how are you?
Doing good. A little rushed, obviously. We had our first baseball game tonight. Let
Awesome.
me say, 5 pitch Little League that's a rough one.
Yeah, you're really signed in for that one right there. You're committed
Yeah.
to do that.
Yep. 4 innings or 75 minutes.
Oof. Well, I'm guessing the 75 minutes hit. Um, Hey, while we're doing this and while DDAC's coming back, one, I've been there with you, brother. I know exactly what you're
Mm-hmm.
going through. But something I want to let everybody know is we will be having Graham. What is Graham Hancock? Graham Hancock will be a guest on the show coming up soon. He is the one writing the Lego book that we discussed a week or so ago. He's on many Lego things. I've got the list right here as I'm throwing things across my desk. Graham Hancock is with blocksmag.com. So it's all about Legos. Blocksmag.com. Go check that out. But he is the writer of Lego Star Wars, The Force of Creativity. He'll be with us soon. We also have Steve Lawson will be coming on and doing a show with us very soon. So we're excited about that. And then Mark, and I don't want to pronounce his last name wrong, but I'm going to anyway. Mark Samarik or Samarak, something like that. He is the writer of the Secrets of the Clone Troopers book that's coming out in September. But I missed this completely. He's already written Secret of the Wookiees, Secrets of the Bounty Hunters, Secrets of the Sith, and Secrets of the Jedi. He will be coming on and doing an episode with us. I think in 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks he'll be on and discussing all those books. But we're all really excited about the Secrets of the Clone Troopers book. And heck, I want to hear all his thoughts on those other books so we can really talk about those and maybe get us to go get some of those. So yeah, lots of things going on. But hey, D-Doc showed up. So D-Doc, before we start the Bad Batch finale here, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm ready for this. Does my mic sound good too? Does it sound nice and clear? Because StreamYard's just
Crystal.
been screwing with me lately. But yeah, I'm really excited. I've been looking forward to this today. I'm glad you had this idea to do the little live watch party here. I mean, hopefully I'm not shedding tears while we have, live program going on. But if I am, so be it.
We'll see where it goes. Anything can happen on this. I would say this. Obviously, we can all watch it again at different times. So feel free. Let's not go dead air and let people sit here and just think, "Oh gosh, I'm just watching three guys sit there and look at a screen." Uh, feel free if you're watching, listening live, anything like that. Feel free to comment during it. We'll be paying attention to the comment board and posting those up during the watching. Right now, I think Alfie's sitting at the Lucasfilm Limited logo on Disney Plus. D-Doc, are you?
I think we should just all go back to square one, 0 seconds. Because
Okay.
I don't know where you're at on Lucasfilm to sync it up there. I don't know.
Okay. I've got it on 0 right now.
Is the Lucasfilm half appearing? Is it fully appeared? Is it
Okay. All right. We'll go to
I'm at 0.
So we're at 0. Again, we'll make comments throughout. Please watch this on your Disney Plus. D-Doc, go ahead.
I just have one more thing before we start. Did you guys avoid Twitter today? Because I did personally avoid Twitter to not see any spoilers. But on days like this, when I do avoid it, I don't realize how often I go to freaking click that app. I'll catch myself going to log on and I'll be like, oh, nope. It's crazy. You do kind of realize, ooh, maybe I might go on there and check on stuff a little too much sometimes.
Yeah.
I was on Star Wars Leaks last night when the Australian spoilers came in, so it doesn't bother me.
Okay. Well, we'll just follow along. Everybody feel free to comment. We're all set it up on 0. So if you're with us, you're along for the ride, set it on 0. We're going to press play here in a second and go from there. And by the way, one last shout out to Superhero Stuff. Is that right? The website that I told you guys about? The Captain America hat came in. It is gorgeous, fits comfortably. I'm going to wear it down to the Kentucky Derby this weekend. So if you see me in Louisville, watch for the Captain America hat. So you guys ready to go? You ready to light this candle?
Yes, sir.
Hey, by the way,
D-Doc,
I loved your Instagram AI with the Star Wars stuff. That was fantastic.
It's really good.
Dude, I wasted so much time on that today. Because you could tell him, I could say, show me Han Solo and Chewbacca working in a wood shop. That's literally what I put in. And if you keep sending it, it keeps sending you different variations of it.
It gets smarter each time.
I did one of Anakin where it looks like he was teaching a plumbing class to the younglings. Dude, I'm like, I was like this. I was telling my wife, I'm like, this is bad because I'm like, there's a lot of random stuff that pops into my mind, and yeah, it's weird. It's kind of freaky how fast it happens too. So it's cool and scary at the same time.
I'm lucky that I'm 52, and by the time the robots take over, I'll already be gone. So there we go. All right, we're all at 0. We're going to count it down 3, 2, 1, and when we get to 1, boom, hit play. We're going to go. For all of you who are watching right now, I see we've got plenty of followers and watchers. Get yours set to 0, and let's go and burn this thing up. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Let's go.
And talk to you guys at the same time. This is good stuff.
Pretty dark music here to start it off.
Very dark music. New logo to start. Well, not a new logo, but a different approach of bringing the logo up.
Did a moderate violence thing show up on your screen too before? Or maybe it's just because
No.
So this features moderate violence, rated PG.
Alfie, the cavalry has arrived.
Yep.
There it is.
So the guys are still out there, right?
Yes.
And
what ships were those?
Something out of Tantus. I don't know. Alfie?
They looked like a variation of a Lambda shuttle and the Jedi shuttle.
Did you guys see it? So Wrecker they went to Wrecker and said, "Can you make it?" Are you? So he wrestled that beast, so we saw it in the last show.
Right.
So he's a little dinged up here.
Yeah, he's hurting.
Are they foreshadowing we're going to lose some of these guys here?
Oh, here's this dickhead. Sorry.
I mean,
It's
Hemlock.
fine. It's the truth.
One of the one of the insurgents has been captured, so they're talking about Rampart. And if we're off on time from each other, I apologize. Let's just keep rolling with it.
We can't be more than a second or two.
Yeah.
Hemlock actually seems like he's a fairly smart guy. I mean, a lot of Imperials are dopes that are just in the bureaucracy.
That's what bothers me about this is they're portraying him that way, and he knows they're after her. So why isn't anybody there right now?
You mean like to protect it?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't want to share a secret with anybody.
Well, I'm just saying, why isn't? Just wait. I watched the first 10 minutes of this and I shut it off.
Okay. So Emery has changed sides completely.
Right.
And so we're seeing Echo.
Mm-hmm.
We still haven't seen anything from Rex, from Cody, from Wolf, Gregor, like coming back in. Even Hauser.
Uh-oh. We're watching it now, Ned.
We are watching it live now, Ned.
We haven't seen it yet, so I guess we'll find out.
Okay, so Omega's creating her own 99 group, whatever, her own force right here with Jolly Green Giant Boy.
There's literally one person left watching them.
Yeah, we're about 5 minutes in, Ned. I know they just spent all these resources to follow Omega across the galaxy, and then they have one person watching them.
When they know they're coming for her.
Okay.
We will be though after.
I agree, Brent. Did she knock down those chips, letting the scalders on the way?
Yes.
The babysitter. Say my name.
Attack this woman.
Oh, okay. I think they took care of that.
Oh, hit her with the little needle prick. There you go. Yeah, Alfie, they don't have an intern or something up in that booth watching down there.
Every episode it's been full of people, and now there's one person.
Heck yeah. We'll take any comments who's watching and along with us. We're, what? How many minutes in now? 5 minutes in? Not even that?
Where we just hit 6 minutes.
Okay.
6:15 to be exact.
Okay, so they're all still out there in the jungle, woods, whatever. Wrecker's not feeling it, man. I'm going to guess that. I mean, do you think they're playing the game that Wrecker's the one who's hurt and dinged up, and then he's gonna be okay, and somebody else is gonna take the bullet?
All I know is if Wrecker dies a slow death from an animal attack, I'm going to be pissed about that.
The Zillow Beast? You think the Zillow's gonna take out Wrecker?
Well, what did he get banged up from last episode?
That like big
Yeah, the tiger thing, right?
polar bear,
Yeah.
tiger.
The jungle cat lizard thing. Guys, I forgot. I'm on the ad version. I just went to an ad.
Oh,
I'm screwed. You're
We
okay.
pause?
Keep going. No,
I'm
keep
pausing,
going.
pausing,
I'll catch up.
pausing. I paused.
I
Oh.
paused.
We ride this together. We ride
Okay,
this together.
okay.
Joe. You've got a commercial. We've got one too.
Well, I
What's your
completely-
screen, D-Doc?
Omega climbing a pole.
Okay, that's where I'm at.
Omega climbing a pole?
Yeah.
We're going down a different direction. I mean, she's not that old.
You usually frown upon talk like this.
We're going live, so I can't help it. Okay, I'm back.
Well, go. Oh,
Go ahead.
shit.
Go ahead. You're fine because you're probably a few seconds ahead of me anyway. So go ahead. You're fine.
No, I accidentally clicked the bottom bar and went freaking to 45 minutes ahead.
Oh my
45
gosh.
minutes. So he's gonna. D-Doc can tell us everything that
What
happened.
minutes are you guys at?
Oh, I forgot Brent's already watched that.
Yeah.
What minute are you at? I'm at 7:08.
I'm at 8:05.
All right, let me get up to 8:07. 8:08.
Okay, 808. Gotcha. Okay, so she's in with the Zillow Beast.
We're off to a good start here, boys. We've got ads. I'm clicking ahead. This is,
Hey,
doing it live.
that's right. We're having fun.
Freaking amateur hour.
Alfie. I'll get the producers on that, Alfie. We'll get it fixed.
It's just one of those babies we captured, man. Just keep working.
You hear that?
It's just that easy. One lever.
There we go. The girl who's been in captivity and been away from here knows the buttons and levers to push to get the Zillow Beast out.
Ooh.
Did you guys ever think when back watching the Clone Wars that we'd see the Zillow Beast in a role like this again?
Not as much as we have, but I mean, it did show up twice in the Clone Wars.
And Palpatine was very big on getting
Yes.
stuff from it.
Oh,
And I forget, Alfie, was he big into doing stuff with it because it had like the protective?
Yeah, I
Shield
think
and-
it's going to lead back to the Death Star. Something about its armor probably has something to do with the kyber crystals and the ray.
Okay, so we've got the troopers with the blue visors going after the Zillow Beast, and
Yeah, the clone commandos.
Scalder's in trouble. Scalder was always a little less quality than Emery anyway. Alfie, why does the water contain the Zillow?
I don't know, because in the Clone Wars they didn't have it in water. Maybe they figured out that's how to keep it docile.
But they had ray shields over the top of the water too.
Yeah. Maybe he's done some experiments and mixed it with something else.
There we go. It's like Jurassic Park when they were
Right.
making hybrid dinosaurs.
I mean, it is in a cloning facility.
I love that Echo's figuring out that Omega's the one who let the Zilla Beast go.
Dr. Hemlock, one of the most dangerous creatures in the galaxy that we decided to keep in the middle of our facility got loose. Good planning.
We'll keep it in the basement, so if it gets loose, it will destroy the entire facility trying to get out.
Yeah. Okay, so the baby's sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never been a big Godzilla fan. I mean, I know there's people who live by Godzilla,
Yeah, Enzo loves Godzilla. He's a Godzilla guy
but this reminds me of Godzilla when you get the Zilla Beast going.
because that's one of Filoni's favorite things.
Oh, that's right, it is.
He's a big Godzilla guy too.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to want to pay attention to this conversation.
Okay.
Man, his hands are really shaking.
The conversation with Wrecker, Hunter, and
Yeah, right
Crosshair.
now.
Oh man, he was shaking. See, Wrecker hurting. Dang, we're not that squad anymore. Is that what you're talking about?
No, he said go call Rex, and he said no.
So, dang, it's what I deserve. Plan 99. I am glad the Crosshair came back, by the way.
Crosshair is by far the best character.
I mean, he's had a huge arc, really.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't like the hands of the Zilla Beast. Give me some more, like, claws. Did they just say that for you guys? Echo or Omega? Omega.
Yeah, I'm not a big tech guy, Brent. I didn't see as much in him as I did Crosshair changing throughout the series. He's a good character. Just I like Crosshairs better.
Okay, so the kids are following out where the Zilla went out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So maybe Omega's secret power is she's just taking a little bit of every one of them and putting it to use in everyday life with other people. She's taking the best parts that she can from each of her brothers. I mean, she doesn't have the super strength, I guess, that Wrecker has, but
I don't know if I'd be able to climb that ladder, man. I don't like heights. That was a tall ladder.
you just don't look down. D-Doc, I have full faith in you that if you were in this situation, you'd climb that ladder. Alfie, Hemlock squeezing that hand again.
Mm-hmm.
Can he sense that Crosshair is getting. Is there some kind of connection with that? What the hell is that?
Maybe it's just a nervous tick.
But he only has a glove on one hand.
Right. Michael Jackson only wore one glove.
I did not think we'd get a Michael Jackson comment tonight.
Maybe he thinks it's really cool.
What the hell is this?
Okay, system powering up. Okay, we're getting the red lights, boys. Helmets. Alfie,
Yeah.
are these all Clone X or are these something different?
I think, well, they're Clone X, but I still think they're probably first phase Dark Troopers, which in Legends, I think, was reprogrammed clones. Could be wrong. I have to look that up.
Yeah, I think Omega is honest and trustworthy and is able to get others to follow her skill as leadership. Brent, I agree. Is it weird that we're getting so much echo at the end of this? Is there something going on here that Echo's playing such a key role in this and not those others that I mentioned before?
Also, the Zillow Beast was just like F this and just walked into the woods, right?
Yeah.
It's gone now. Good for him.
Screw you guys. I'm out of here. Brent says Clone X remind him of BX droids.
Oh, they all have different abilities and weapons. How convenient.
Okay, so we just had a sharpshooter, right? And now we got somebody with things on their fists, somebody with vibro blades.
Someone needs to hit Wrecker with like an adrenaline shot or something, man.
Yeah, he's hanging on. This is good, but it's really dark. So I'm trying to. Okay, which one? Okay, that's Crosshair shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but look, they brought up the shield like Wrecker did in the first episode. Crosshair still dropping his bombs.
Hurt. That's a good shot. Now Hunter's hurt.
Oh, did he just plug a?
Yeah, right on his shield. He did.
Okay, I like those throwing weird things that get around your ankles. That was pretty cool. What are we doing here? I'm having a hard time paying attention to who's who when it's this dark.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh shoot.
Is this Crosshair's hand?
Yep. That's my shooting hand.
Oh. Okay. So did he just cut? We don't know, but did he cut off Crosshair's hand? And I'll tell you if I go to another commercial, by the way. So they're way up there now, those kids are.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Hold up. She's seeing Clone Force 99 going across on stretchers.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Adam Parker. Good to have you. We're just sitting here watching and... Oh, man. That was the rest of the squad.
Oh, gosh. So, hold on. Just let me catch up here. It's going to be a double breakout episode.
Double breakout.
How many times? Was it like the sixth time they've broken out in this series?
Okay, commercial. Press pause. So let's recap this so far while we have our little pause here. So all three of those guys have now been taken prisoner. Wrecker,
Right.
Hunter, and Crosshair.
Mm-hmm.
Echo said, through that, we're going to go still track down Omega first to Emery.
Yep.
So he's willing to like say these guys can take care of themselves till I come back for them. We need to go find Omega right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's interesting.
Maybe Echo and Emery are going to be held prisoner as well, and we'll have a triple prisoner situation.
Ooh, that would be so good.
Okay.
Triple breakout.
So if you have a triple breakout, that means that Omega, who just broke out, is going to have to break back in to get Hunter or to get Echo and Carr.
That's right.
And 1499.
What if she also steals some Imperial armor of some sort as a disguise?
Now
I've never
that I
seen
can
a
see.
tiny stormtrooper though.
A little short for a stormtrooper.
It worked for Ezra like every other episode in Rebels.
It did. I have 10 seconds left, 8, 7, and I'll be playing live again. I like these breaks. I didn't want the breaks,
Yeah.
but now that I have them, I like that we
What
can.
What if they get Stormtrooper armor and two of the little kids stand
Oh.
on their shoulders?
Like little rascal stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back with the kids.
All right.
Kids still trying to sneak away.
Stormtroopers just got shocked on my screen.
Yeah, mine are right now. Boom, boom.
I'm going to pause for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Good.
Echo. He called her Havoc 5.
Yeah.
Where was that name from? I've never heard Havoc 5 before.
I haven't either.
Okay, so while Dr. Carr and Echo are trying to help the kids get out of there, and they're getting on the ship.
Mhm.
Holy crap.
It's just that easy.
Wow. But we still haven't gone back to the initial discussion of unaltered clones that was brought up in the first or second episode of the series, right? Did we ever go and actually get that? Because isn't Emery Carr a clone?
Yes.
Is she unaltered or is she altered?
She would be altered because of her age, I would say. She would have to
Okay.
be.
She aged like the clones did.
All right. Emery just gave her the map of the entire facility.
Yep. So
Where do you think
Emery's
they're going? Where do you think the kids are going? The coordinates? Echo Base?
ah
God, there's
Wow.
going to be another series of this shit, isn't there?
it's called Breakout Season 4.
Oh, why couldn't they just all die so this would just be over?
Hey, these kids are all strong with the M count, Alfie. Hey guys, watch. I'm Massengale watching it right now. Mass, if you're watching, just shout out to you. Okay. Clone Force 99 is getting fried up here. That's one fried pussycat. Mm.
Yep, his hand's gone.
Yep.
Is it?
Yep.
Were they just like sealing it up?
Mhm.
Yep.
Holy crap.
That was nice of him. So he doesn't get an infection.
Yeah. So he's talking about making them all like these clones he just had attack them.
Right.
Interesting. I'm waiting for him to go. I didn't even ask any questions.
You certainly have a way with people.
Lando. Hey, buddy.
He used blaster fire that time. He's pissed.
Yep. And he's like, screw the yeah. We're not just setting a stun.
We're not tickling them anymore.
No, they're not. They're stockpiling weapons. I will tell you, I'm looking at my timeline here. It shows that I've got 2 commercials left before the end of the show. So just letting you know. I just noticed the little blocks in there. Okay. See ya. She's opening all the cells, right?
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't look like the cavalry, though. This is not a lot of troopers here.
Get Nala say, give her a freaking rocket launcher. Let's go. No time for talking.
Talkie talk.
Imagine her with a rocket launcher.
Eh. Rampart. Typical Imperial. Is he going to turn and become like Mutton Chops from Rebels?
Agent Callus.
Agent Callus, which, by the way, never seen a Black Series 6-inch or a 3 3/4 of Agent Callus, and I would like to have one.
A Black Series would be nice.
Yeah, I like that character. There we go.
I think this is our cavalry here. A lot of clone troopers.
I am Spartacus. No, I am Spartacus.
Once again, just like to bring up the fact that when Crosshairs tried to escape, Hemlock flooded the base with poisonous gas that made everybody go to sleep.
Oh man, come on. Now see, now let's
There's
say
no way they're going to go back to that, but that was a very integral point of how you can't escape from this place.
Nala Say is ready to go burn this place down. She doesn't want her work being found, and that would also delay putting the M count stuff together for Palpatine if her work gets destroyed. Correct?
Yes.
You would think so.
So she's off. She's going to go do that, and she tells Omega to stay with the boys.
There you go. There's the Doom music when it showed him. He's going to turn on them.
Rampart. Oh, Tarkin.
Ooh.
Arrival. You can expect my arrival shortly.
That was very Dracula.
Dang, they're coming in. They're Echo's blowing people away. Love it. Dang it. Is Echo going to move up there like Rex now for me? Echo's the man. He's had such a crap life, and he's still out here doing this. Any comments from the chat here? Anybody have any thoughts so far? We're more than halfway in.
Oh, nice. She's got a grenade.
Always comes in handy.
Oh, my God. This clown is following her, man.
Rampart.
And he's grabbing the blaster.
Oh,
what an asshole.
He's not going to be Callus, that's for sure.
Not looking that way.
I'll tell you what, though. She's got to be pretty hard to hit. She's pretty thin.
She moves so slow.
She starts wiggling around a little bit.
Can you imagine them at a dance party?
No.
Okay. She's finding
faster.
She's finding Omega's stuff. There's Omega. Rampart. Oh, she lit that candle. commercial.
Boop.
Okay. So boys, give me thoughts here. I got a minute. We have 63 viewers right now. 63 viewers. We're 30 minutes in. Any thoughts? Anything? Rampart's being a butthead. We've got triple breakouts going on.
A lot needs to happen in 20 minutes, is what I think.
Yeah. Crosshair lost a hand. Wrecker's really dinged up pretty bad.
Hunter's dinged up really bad. They're all
Hunter's-
getting electrocuted.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the season finale, and all our heroes are knocked out, getting electrocuted for decent amount of time right now. We need to get them out of there.
And we still have no troops showing up. No wrecks in the cavalry showing up. I'm guessing the cavalry are the released prisoners.
Yeah. I mean, they said in the first 10 minutes there that they weren't calling wrecks. So
I get it, but
just why not? Just so that this story can end.
It's not going to
Please.
now.
Just
Alfie,
end it.
I'm back.
Play.
Okay, if you guys are looking right now, I've got the Bad Batch sitting there in their little tombs.
And Wrecker was twitching his hands a little bit, and now Omega sees them.
Hey, Omega's found them. You know, it would be a really big distraction right now, the Zillow Beast. Okay.
Ooh, that guy's armor kind of has a Darth Bane.
Yeah,
look
he's
to
got
it.
some serious.
Oh, they were waiting.
Hidden.
Oh boy.
They're taking these boys out. These clones that have been in prison for a while are standing no chance against these dark troopers. Yeah, what is it with these helmets on these guys?
It almost gives me Knights of Ren vibes.
It's shooting because you never found out anything about them either.
Yeah, it was
Like
just in a dream.
Coolest 10 seconds of the entire sequel trilogy.
Oh,
Okay, we're just launching.
Oh, that's.
Oh, dang.
I like that.
yellow dark sabers. That's like Joe. You're all over that.
Yeah, yellow.
dark sabers, essentially.
That's
No, not
awesome.
dark sabers, but
They're yellow sabers. I like them. Those are pretty cool. That clone took one right in the chest. Okay, now they got Omega, and here's Hemlock again. Hey, we've got 66 followers right now. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. We need to be at 99. We're watching Bad Batch. Alfie,
There you go.
big gas. Prisoners are coughing. Hemlock. He's just breathing it all in.
she's holding a thermal detonator.
Ho, 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 ho.
Okay, so Rampart knows everything now. Oh, man. She's going to take him down. Oh.
Say goodbye to your legs, buddy. Oh,
Uh-oh. Detonator.
what a clown. What an absolute clown.
Come on, Riz. Come here. Yeah, Rampart, I was having hopes for him to turn the tide, but for those of you seeing my behind on the screen right now, enjoy the show. I'm working out, get my glutes in order. Okay. Okay, Wrecker's moving. Oh, now he's using the shield.
Man, somehow I missed that they captured Echo there.
Echo's down in the chamber, but he's
Yeah.
got the mask on that's keeping him from, right? Oh, man. Did he just lock her to him? Yep.
Stop.
Okay, so Hemlock runs off with Omega.
Echo's got some damage on him, man.
Dang, he does.
It's wrecking time.
Oh, shit.
Rip someone's head off.
That's old school Wrecker right there. Oh, someone took one to the head.
Come on, Hunter, get your legs, man.
Hunter's a little woozy, and he's got a Clone X coming at him. No, we were at 66. Now we're at 65. I need 66 back on the screen.
Pull his helmet, man. Come on. I want to see what's
They're not anybody. They're just clones.
just clones.
They're just clones.
Not a chance. I think I'd like to be a voiceover actor. I got to work on that.
It's not too late. Follow your dreams.
Oh, thanks, Mac Miller.
True.
Follow your dreams?
Of course, it's raining.
Yeah. It's like Camino outside.
And you're just walking.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Boba to show up and Obi-Wan. He has got them locked together.
Well, Tarkin said he's on his way there, so he's probably going to be arriving on that platform as they're walking out.
Okay, so right. Oh, and we got the yellow blades going on still.
That's gotta hurt.
Thank you, brother.
So Echo is kind of filled in. Remember how he was filling in for Tech before?
Mm-hmm.
He's doing that again. I mean, really.
Look at that ship.
Yep, that's the assassin ship.
Oh, shit.
Oh, who took that down? Crosshair? Yep. Crosshair and Hunter just took down the assassin. Wow. There goes the ship just dropping behind.
Man, this is a pretty cool looking scene.
It wouldn't be Star Wars if you weren't on a long bridge with no rails in the rain. Okay. This reminds me of a buddy cop show right here.
Ooh.
Oh, she still has her knitting needle. And he's using the other hand.
Nice.
Oh, lighting him up like a Christmas tree. Hemlock down. That was like Han Solo falling in Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he's okay.
He's just sleeping. Just sleeping. Okay, we got a reunion here. Alfie, have you heard, are there any post-credit things promoting a next series or anything?
No.
Okay, she hugged her guys.
That'll be Saturday.
What, Tales of the Empire?
Well, it's May the 4th. If you're going to drop a trailer or an announcement, it would be Saturday.
Okay.
And everybody survived. Enter Star Destroyer.
And 2 Venators. That's pretty sick.
Yep. Wow. Good drone footage here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dear Star Wars, I really think Rule of the Galaxy could help you. We could write shows like this. Signed, Rule of the Galaxy. Okay, one last commercial. 1 minute. So let's recap. Echo, Wrecker, Hunter, Crosshair, Omega all got off on that shuttle.
Yes.
The kids got off with Emery Carr on the previous shuttle.
Yes.
Hemlock's down. Tarkin just showed up.
Rampart died.
Rampart died. Nala Se died. All the facts and statistics, everything from what they were doing there, Project Necromancer went down with it.
Unless he had a backup.
Wasn't Necromancer mentioned in Mandalorian?
Yes.
So it didn't die completely. Right? I mean, I still
No.
knew about it. 15 seconds.
We're up to 69. There we go. We're not.
They
at
never
66
went to
anymore.
the vault either. I mean, he destroyed the laboratory, but they never went to the Sith vault. So it's still
See-
there, and whatever's in there is still there.
I'm back.
Ooh, there's a drop.
Yep.
Stardust.
That leads us into Rogue One, which is what? This is within a few years of Revenge of the Sith, right?
Where is this? This isn't Boca Raton, right?
It doesn't look like it. Alfie, any thoughts?
Okay, it's the coordinates that Echo probably sent. Okay.
I'm trying to see. They got a
There's-
nice buffet.
Yeah, there's some clones. There's the clone kids. There's the imprisoned kids.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that, yeah, this is Boca Raton.
It can't be, though. Didn't they destroy pretty much Boca Raton? Oh.
They're-
He's going to Pantora. Senator Chuchi. I thought Emery needed the glasses. She didn't.
No, it was like Lobot. It just helped her plug into the facility.
Okay, so Echo. What is it? That tree looks familiar, guys. It's not Batu.
No, there's Batcher. I mean, they're back on Boca Raton.
Holy cow. Which the Empire knows about.
Everybody who knew about it died.
Okay.
I mean, Tarkin just said we are shuttering this and we're forgetting about everything that has happened previous to this exact moment.
Because he wanted everything to go to Project Stardust. Hunter just said he and Rex are working on a plan. Echo's taking the troopers to Pantora. We'll send their troopers.
There's still 8 minutes left.
There's going to be another series eventually. Just
People can say what you want. People are enthralled with the clones. That's why that book's coming out by Mark Shumerick.
I know, and I
Yep.
am too.
She has said, we're going to stay on Pabu. Pabu was Boca Raton, right?
Yeah. Newly refurbished.
I can hear the town bells ringing there.
Is that a Spanish town? Little church with the bells ringing?
Are you sure it's just not my clocks you're picking up?
I think it's your clock.
I know, I'm kidding. But it went really well with
It
that.
did.
You can hear it
But
like
man, this is an end scene right here, boys. If I've ever seen one,
No,
they need
you got one more.
they seen make it a panoramic, right? Like Star Wars, like at the end of Attack of the Clones and stuff.
happy ending.
So you guys had a black screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still on Pabu.
It's just panning over Tantus on mine.
I think it's Pabu.
It's Pabu.
Oh, it is?
They just had the hilltop.
Yeah.
Oh,
And here's a girl with hair, long hair.
is this a grown-up Omega?
It looks like a grown-up Omega. Grown-up Omega. We'll see that figure in 2030. Grown-up Omega. Oh, hey, who's over there? Batcher.
Gonk droid.
Donk Droid, Batcher, and Hunter. God love her. She's all grown up. Oh.
The rebellion.
Oof. Rebellion pilot. Um. Oh, you're our kid. You always will be. She said this is her fight, but she's been fighting since she was a little kid too. We all have kids. It's a tough thing. All three of them are still alive, boys.
Yeah.
Alfie,
Yeah.
deep breaths. Oh, Brand will be happy. Text glasses right up there. That looked like an old Star Wars game on her dash.
The X-wing arcade game.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I was wrong about what I said yesterday, Joseph, and I will
Yeah.
admit that. I said that I fully expected to be emotionally invested in this, and this making me want more, and I couldn't have been any more wrong.
I'm
gonna skip to the end here and see if there's any post credits.
I'm not seeing any. I'm doing the same thing. Interesting.
Okay.
So a couple questions. We had Assange Ventress show up in an episode of this series.
Right, so we could have someone explain to us what M count meant.
Okay, but she never came back. There was no follow up on that. And then I could have sworn we saw Hera Chopper Darth Vader in the preview or sizzle reel or whatever going into this. Did we not?
Right. I thought the same thing. I'm going to go back and watch that because I saw the same preview before this came out on StarWars.com.
I'm wondering if they cut some things.
Well, the voice actor for Omega did say that originally there was a big ending that tied Omega into future stories, and that they scrapped that for a much smaller, more intimate, Bad Batch only type ending.
Okay. So Omega becomes a rebel pilot. This was before Star Wars.
She's on her way to become a rebel
Yes.
pilot.
Just before A New Hope, I'm going to guess, or during New Hope time frame. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
We know when we get to Rebels, Ahsoka sends them to go get Wolf, Gregor, and Rex,
Right?
but no mention of Hunter, Wrecker, or Crosshair.
No.
Which I would think if she's in tight with Rex.
Which they were pretty beat up when they left Tantus, and he still looked pretty beat up. Even granted, he's older, but I think they were hurt pretty bad in that fight.
I would agree. Between the poisonous gases, between the beatdown they took, the electrolysis they got.
They each got shot like so many times and still survived.
Yes.
And it's fine. Really, my honest thoughts on this, that was a good finale for this show. I don't think that show was... I mean, it was decent. It was enjoyable. It was entertaining. I think it was very cheap to keep dropping these storylines and then go nowhere with them. But I get why they did it. Good finale. But like I said, I don't know, not for me.
Well, like I said, we all have kids, and I've had kids now who've grown up and moved out of the house, and so I get it. Seeing her being, as he said earlier in the show, you'll always be our kid, right? And then to see her make her choice and take off and do her thing in her life, that's tough. So it was made much more on a personal level than on a galactic scale, even though there were galactic things tied into it.
Yeah, I think it was good for this show to end, it just being about the Bad Batch and Omega. It's perfectly fine.
Yep, I agree. And he kind of like gives her a hard time before she leaves, but then right
Yeah,
when she's finally gone, he just goes, "She'll be fine." Shuts the lights
yeah.
off. It's like you still got you essentially still got to be dad and give her a hard time as she's going to leave, but he knows that she's going to be all right. So now we're gonna have to look back on Rise of Skywalker and see if the ship that Omega left in is in that group at the end.
Oh, holy cow, dude! I can't even think about anything like that. Considering she was, well, we don't even know how old she would be by the time the original trilogy was there, and then 30 years later. I mean, obviously, she still would and could be alive.
It's Space Wizards, man. You can make anybody still be alive.
You never know.
I,
She might have trained Zori Bliss.
yeah,
He might have given her a Y wing and sent her off with. Yeah, I don't know.
it, it,
I Go
this
ahead.
show was fine. It really was fine. I just think with what they kept trying to name drop here and there, it could have been a whole lot more. Maybe if they had maybe another season got shot down and they just had to say, okay, we have to wrap this up real quick. But just like, in our group text, how we were talking about Thor, I hate that you wasted such good storylines, settings, especially Mount Tantus, and now it's just destroyed. I mean, you just completely ruined some of the best EU stories. I understand we're not doing EU. I get that 100%, but that was some good stuff. If you're going to cherry pick, that's some good stuff to cherry pick from.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, earlier we brought up that he was going all out on, I mean, bringing in old EU stuff like this, mixing it in. You thought it was really could be lighting a fire for future uses of that
Right.
later on during the original trilogy, after the original trilogy, but it's gone.
Yeah, it's
There's
gone.
nothing.
Delta Squad is gone. I mean, I get that people love Delta Squad. I wanted some more of them, but they're all dead now.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, how sinister exactly was, how sinister was it what was going on there? It's like we had these, special clone troopers and stuff, and obviously you had the kids there and everything and the M count stuff, but it's like, I don't know. I expected there to be I don't know, some kind of crazy reveal where you're just like, oh my gosh, where like Palpatine and Vader would be involved somehow in this show. Like I thought that there were dots that were going to be connected there because you had the opportunity to do that, and they
Well,
just kind of didn't. I don't know.
this is like Tantus now is like the shaving cream and can in the original Jurassic Park. All it's going to take is some creative writing to have one Imperial officer who read some files and put some stuff together, and he's going to go back and check it out and
Right.
finds one piece of something that wasn't destroyed all the way. Like I said, the vault itself that Palpatine went in, they didn't destroy that. It's still technically there, right?
So the vault where the dark troopers were, that wasn't what he was looking at.
No. Palpatine went into a different vault that had
Yeah.
Sith runes on the ground and they lit up and it was all red inside. So yeah, it's still technically there, and if you're going to say that in Jedi Survivor that, Cal Kestis can find a tube with a Jedi in it that's how many hundreds of years old and he's still alive.
So
I mean,
perhaps the Knights of Ren do find some of this stuff, right? Because weren't they off looking for Jedi and Sith relics and things like that, just like Luke, Lando, and Ben were post the original trilogy? So maybe somebody goes into that vault and finds something related to it.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely still there. Is it usable? I don't know. Like I always say, it's a story about space wizards. You can justify anything.
Yeah. Hi, Azalea. Um, I'm trying to think how many more thoughts I have or don't have. I mean, because it was a nice little story about those four and their daughter wrapped up in a little bow. Echo played a much bigger role than I thought he would, considering he left the Bad Batch. Remember, he said he had to go off and do this other stuff and
Hmm.
left them. But once Tech was gone, he was back being needed again as the missing link. And man, I who else didn't think that we were going to see Cody, Wolf, Gregor, Hauser, all those people come in here and attack the space?
I think you had the opportunity to. I think that's kind of like the slightly disappointing part, which I'm a fan of the Bad Batch, and I have my sections of the show that I really really liked, and then some that I thought season 2 was definitely much better than this finale season, in my opinion. I don't know. There was a little too much repetition, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm not leaving that like feeling like fired up. I gotta say, I really like it. I like the Bad Batch. Not trying to crush it, but
Yeah,
I
I,
just, I don't know. I'm kind of like, yeah, okay.
I like them. I like the
And
character.
that's where I keep saying, that's my biggest gripe about the show is I really like the Bad Batch characters. But this show, especially this season, the best episodes are when they're not in it. And I think that's one of the problems that this show has had from the beginning is they've never really decided on a direction of where they're going with the characters themselves. What are they doing? What's the end goal here? But they kept dropping, little things to try to keep the story going, and you thought eventually it would come together. And like myself, I've said 100 times when we talk about the Bad Batch, I wanted everyone to show up just so the stories would be tied up and over with. Move on to something else. But now Cody's still out there somewhere. Why bring Cody back for one episode just to never say what happens to him?
Yeah,
Do we have to have a definitive end to every character? No, but it's just a repetitive cycle. Eventually we're going to go back to that.
I mean, I also think that Wrecker and Crosshair deserved a proper finish to this show as well. And I mean, what were the last lines that they had in this? I mean,
It's wrecking time.
yeah,
they
I
were
mean,
sitting next to them
I
on
know,
the tree.
I know he didn't say that. I know, but just
I don't know. I just, I felt like you could have had all of them kind of together at the end. I don't know. When like in that flashback at the end when it's Hunter and her. I mean, I just thought you could have had another scene with all of them together, and maybe even have Record just be like kind of like a degenerate old man, like kind of crazy a little bit, walking with a cane.
yeah,
like Gregor.
Yeah,
maybe it's just me seeing all the comments about everything being so emotional and everything. I just don't get it. Everybody survived. What's there to be emotional about?
So I think it would have been great, cool, whatever. If we're gonna go and finish the way we just did, then let the Bad Batch ride along with her to meet up with Rex and the Rebels crew, whatever. Get her a part of the Rebel Alliance, and those guys say, we've fought our battles. We have to, we're done. We don't have it in us anymore. Boom, they go off and retire like Rex, Gregor, and Wolf do, to where they only get called back in emergency needed times, and see her do that transition. Right, the next thing in front of us is Rebels and Rogue One. Then yes, I guess our brains are supposed to say, okay, she's flying off, and somehow is going to connect with those things. But I think it would have been great to have her go, hey, Hera, who I talked to about flying in a few episodes and how we became friends, why don't I join in and become part of the Rebel Alliance that you're helping lead? That we already met, we already knew each other. Let's reconnect and be a part of the Rebel Alliance together. I don't know. I'm probably asking for too much because it's a multi-billion person population in a universe or galaxy, and we're trying to connect a few people. I don't know.
I don't think that's too much to ask. I mean, you're the very first instance of Star Wars. Darth Vader's son, daughter, his former droid, the droid he built, and his master all showed up to his workplace on the same day.
What the F are you all doing here?
It's take your pass to work day.
As big as the galaxy is, it's a very small galaxy.
Yeah, it is. It is. Any other thoughts we're missing? I think we're all look. I'm not ripping on the show. I guess I liked the show. I'm just deflated because I wanted more. Brent will say, "Don't put the expectations on it." There wasn't so much expectations as there was, hey, we're going to a finale of a show. Usually on a finale of a show, it feels a little bit more final. Feels a little bit more
That's it.
like yeah, Alfie, you said they all flew off there together. What was the they lost one person out of the group, Tech, right? Uh,
Hmm.
so
They lost Rampart in this. Everybody survived, and that's fine. I get it. It's an animated show. It's on Disney. I get that, but I expected a little bit higher stakes.
Alfie, in the last season of the Clone Wars, where they just came back and redid it, so many people died on Mandalore. So many people died when Ahsoka and Rex crashed that ship with all those clones on it. I mean, that was a kid's show, and yet they
Right.
finished it that way. Um, so I mean, it can happen.
Here's my thing though, is it's like I don't know that I necessarily like buy into the whole it's a kid show thing anymore because David has watched a couple episodes of it and I'm not using him to lump him into every child, but it's like I know that the kids at his school are not watching The Bad Batch. You know what I mean? It's like I know that a bunch of people who are probably I don't know 18 to our age. I feel like it's mostly older people that are watching it. I might be totally wrong. I don't know how you figure out if that's the case, but I don't know. I don't know that I buy that it's a kid show
I
anymore.
would like to see that. They've got to have viewer demographics on this, right? Studies to show what kind of viewers are on it, because I think people who like the prequels should be watching it because it's the ending of the prequels, and people who like the original trilogy should like to watch it because it's connecting the prequels to the original trilogy. So I don't see where like sequel fans are following it that much or younger or what have you. I don't know. There's got to be numbers on it somewhere.
I might be totally wrong on that statement as well, but it's just
Well,
like just from being around a bunch of kids who are in the 8 to 7-year-old range where that might be around the age we might think they're watching this, but maybe I'm wrong too. Maybe it's more so the middle school age. I don't know.
I,
I
I
think
don't
it's
know.
people.
The only Star Wars content that people talked about me regularly is The Mandalorian. I got a little
Yep.
bit of Ahsoka. Other than that, I get a constant ask, what's the next show that's coming out? And then never any follow up to that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that too, Alfie. I don't know. I will say, and I feel bad to even say anything bad about Bad Batch because for how much I like this show, about halfway through it, I mean, I really enjoyed the characters. I was along on the ride, and it's not that I think that this was a bad episode, but I did just go into it expecting, which is probably like kind of screwed up. It's like I expected people to die, honestly. And I don't know if I'm a screwed up person for saying it probably would have made it better if some of them did, just because for how high stakes it was, the odds of surviving that are probably not that high, especially your whole crew. but I don't know. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was okay. I don't know. I don't know how to think about it. I don't know.
It was good for what it was.
Yes.
I mean, that's not necessarily a compliment, and it's not nearly, a critique. It,
I'll let Ned Stark speak for us for a second here. Finale was awful.
Ned.
have you
I don't
have you
know.
guys ever seen the movie Stranger Than Fiction
Yes.
with Will Ferrell?
Yes.
Okay, this is kind of, in that movie when she finishes the book and who is it? Dustin Hoffman reads it, but she changed the ending, and he says, "Yeah, it's okay that the guy survived, but it'd be a lot better if he had died."
And that person was Will Ferrell.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I feel about this finale. It was fine. I liked it. It's a nice happy ending, but it really would have been a lot better if they would have gone out protecting Omega.
Okay. So to go along with that, I think you want to say what is rewatchable in Star Wars? What is something you're going to give your time or put on Disney Plus or watch on your true or pirated DVDs or anything like that? Obviously, I would watch the original trilogy. I would watch the prequel trilogy. Um, I'd watch Mandalorian. I'd watch Ahsoka. I'd watch Andor. Um, and I would watch Kenobi only because Ewan McGregor is one of my favorites and that character and that time frame. I don't know that I'd rewatch the Book of Boba Fett that much. I rewatched the first two seasons of Bad Batch to prepare for the third season. But I think one of my favorite parts of it was the first episode where we learned all this stuff real quick, what was going on, and saw Caleb Doom and things like that. After that, it wasn't to where I'm like, oh, I have to watch this again, again, again. So Clone Wars, I can rewatch, the majority of Clone Wars over. Rebels, I can watch that again. But this did not fit up with Clone Wars and Rebels, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, go ahead, Alfie.
I was thinking about that earlier today. This definitely for me goes into the uh, non-rewatchable column. I tried to rewatch it to get ready for season 3, and I didn't make it through.
Yeah, I agree. It's not in my rewatch category as well, and my list is probably pretty similar to Joe's. But even some of these live action shows, I'm surprised where it's like some nights I'll be like, maybe I'll just throw that on. Maybe I'll just throw Andor on or whatever, and I'm just always like, And maybe this is where I'm shooting myself in the foot because Brent would probably say, see, you're part of the new generation. You want to get something new and consume it and move on to the next thing. But yeah, I mean, I have my rewatch list. It's very similar to Joe's. And I would probably add Force Awakens into that as well.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I would add Force Awakens into it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I would.
Yeah, because I really do like Force Awakens. When I see Force Awakens, it actually does give me nostalgia of that time when it came out. Like it really does, and I think it was good.
It was a good time.
And actually, you know what? I'd put Rogue One and sometimes Solo, depending on what mood I'm in. I can watch Solo again. I can definitely watch Rogue One again.
Yeah.
So Rogue One and Force Awakens for sure.
Rogue One's definitely on mine.
I've told you guys plenty of times over the past few months, I am addicted to watching reaction videos. I love watching reaction videos, finding a new channel and watching them go through the original trilogy, prequel trilogy, Rogue One, Force Awakens. And I can tell you, I've probably watched 100 different reaction channels, and I've only seen one ever do a reaction to The Last Jedi. And I don't think I've ever seen any do a reaction to The Rise of Skywalker. I'm not saying they're not out there. I'm sure they are if I search for them. But you know how the logarithm works with YouTube. It's just going to keep bringing up.
Right.
And it goes in order. Once you start on a new channel with A New Hope, it just keeps bringing them up all through their watch of Star Wars. And it always ends with Rogue One.
That's funny. Yeah. I mean, if you were to probably put out my most rewatched Star Wars movie of the Disney era, it would absolutely be Rogue One. I've watched Rogue One a pretty decent amount of times just because I don't know. Rogue One is up there on my list. It really is one of my favorite
It's a
Star
really
Wars,
good movie.
but it wouldn't be up there without everything that came before it. And that's why I liked Rogue One, because it drew from the original trilogy and made a very good movie. And now, are there some slower parts of the movie? Definitely. But it's like, if I hear someone, my goal always is, I did this with my brother-in-law on a Christmas a couple years ago, where it's like, he was original trilogy guy, heard the stuff about some of the Disney stuff, just kind of wasn't in on it. I'm like, dude, let's watch Rogue One. I'm like, let's just check this out. I'm like, you're gonna like it. It's awesome. And like, it was. He was like bought into it. So, I don't know. That's I walk around with the Rogue One banner for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, and it's like, for anyone who might just be like, I've heard Disney Star Wars kind of just sucks and just won't like watch it. Like, there is good stuff out there, but will I rewatch the Bad Batch? Probably not, unless David eventually does say, hey, let's watch some of that.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
I would like when Frankie and Teddy and Mira get older. Definitely, I'm gonna say, hey, let's watch some of the more fun and lighter Clone Wars. Let's watch some of the more fun and lighter Rebels. Let's watch this. Um, but I think I would do it with them. Maybe again, like we've discussed, their entry point and their age level is going to play a different role with it than us looking at it. But it was a good series. It was a good family kind of oriented series. Building the family, keeping the family together. A little bit of loss in there, and seeing the changes that happen by the end. But yeah, it doesn't get up to the Rebels and Clone Wars level for me yet. So.
I thought the finale for season 2 was great too. I thought the finale for last season was very good compared to this, honestly. Like,
Oh,
the finale
yeah.
for Bad Batch season 2, I was like, damn, like, this was good. I'm like, what's gonna happen next, And I don't know. I felt like we just dwelled on, like, I felt like this season just dwelled on a lot of stuff kind of for too long. It's like they got out of the mission of the week, and it's like they just found themselves trapped a lot of the time in it. I don't know. They strung out them getting to Tanis over like, what, 3 episodes essentially, where they finally started moving in onto it, and then I don't know.
No, I agree with you. I agree. It
I don't
became
like
the
to say I'm
prison
disappointed.
breakout.
I
Prison
don't.
breakout.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like to say I'm disappointed in this finale, but I am. So I'll just put it out there. Maybe if I do a rewatch at one point, I might enjoy it a little bit more. But I just thought it could have done a little more justice to Crosshair, and the storyline that he followed. I thought he deserved it just as much as Hunter deserves being in those last shots. I don't know.
I will say this: no matter where we are, if we're still doing the show, if we're hanging out, whatever, I think it would be best on all
I
of our
had
parts.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good show. It's fine. But
Entertaining.
I think we should all take turns with Azalea, with David, with my grandkids, and
What, you
say,
want me to bring her over? I'll drop her off.
No, I'm saying you with yours, me with mine. We should take turns watching these kind of shows back with them and being able to report back and say, these guys really like this. This really fit for them. And we joke, and I said it previously on a show. Star Wars was made for you to be 9 to 12 years old. We're 52 to 32 or whatever, and everything in between, and we're supposed to be enjoying it like we're 9 to 12. And honestly, if we were 9 to 12, we probably would like this show better than we did. But um, so that's where I'll leave it. That's where I say we are, and I say we give it another chance when our sons, daughters, or grandsons or granddaughters are ready to watch it with us.
Absolutely. I agree. I got to grab something that I got to show you guys so you can just keep talking.
Okay, Alfie, I'm done on that. Other than comments, we'll wait and see what D-Doc's got, and then we'll break away and everything else. But one, I know we had like 70 or 80 followers and viewers of the show tonight while we were watching the show. Thank you for doing that. Thanks for being involved. Thanks for writing. Oh man, where'd you find that?
I'm building this Y-wing model, man. And dude, these parts are
Mhm.
so freaking hard to put on here. Like all these little pipes and everything that are going on it. I'm sitting there snipping them and I'm sitting here with tweezers putting these things
Mm-mm.
into this. But Joe, I know you're a huge fan of it, so when I paint the pilot,
Mhm.
I'm gonna do like some Steelers colors or something on 'em for you
Nice.
there. This
Thanks, man.
Joe is gonna be the pilot of my Y wing. I'm like I gotta paint him some colors for Joe because I
That
know
is fantastic.
he's a huge Y wing fan. So when all is said and done, I'll share this. I'm on to the engines almost. So
That's awesome.
man, it's a tough. It's a Bandai or a Bandai. I don't know how people pronounce it. Model kit, and
Well,
it's a fun one. I had it sitting for a long time and finally started it off. So
I'm glad you are. I'm probably, as I limit myself to certain things, it's going to be probably Rex and maybe if I can find some Echo stuff, Echo, but Y wings. I'm going to start looking for Y wings from the die cast metal all the way up to big ships. I'm going to start looking for those while I'm out and about. So I'm glad you showed that to me. Go ahead, Alfie.
Have you? I only asked because you're the one who brought them up a long time ago. Have you been looking into much into this new Epic Heroes line? The like 4-inch figures.
I've been
No,
seeing them.
I've seen them, but I haven't. Yeah.
I think I've gotten 4 out of them so far out of the 6. Well, I think there's 8, including the 2 deluxes. So maybe something to open up on Saturday. I don't know. I finally found the Stormtrooper the other day. For some reason, that seems to be the one that is hardest to find.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen Paz Vizsla the most. I feel like
Oh yeah.
of them, and then yeah, they're like they're like the yellow box ones, right? They're like that
Yes,
new play line that came out.
yes,
Okay,
which
yeah,
I
I've
think is
seen them.
great. I think the price is right on target there. To me, the vintage collection has just gone through the roof on price,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
especially if you're going to open them. I mean,
yeah.
$20 is way too much for a 3 3/4 figure.
Absolutely not. Matter of fact, I would probably say that I'm more in the boat now to where if I could find loose figures somewhere, I'd almost rather buy loose than in the box, only because the in the box stuff, man, like you said, 3 3/4, $18 to $20. I don't I don't need to put that kind of investment into it.
I haven't bought a figure that I've kept in box for a pretty long time now. Lately, the figures I've been buying, I've been opening them and putting them out on the shelves, and I've really been enjoying it. The ones I have in the box behind me, I like to keep them in the box because they're the ones that I really cared about and where I kind of started collecting these. Would I buy more in the future to keep in box? Possibly at one point, but am I at the point where I'm going to spend, $70 on the Obi-Wan that I bought? Probably not.
No.
I don't know. Hasbro screwed up when they started messing with their boxes and raising their prices. And I know that prices raised on everything, but
From
they can't justify what they do with some of the stuff. When you're selling an Anakin figure that's this big and you're going to sell it for $25 because he has a backpack, like it just doesn't. I don't know how you justify the cost of that.
Yeah.
evidently, from what I've seen, there will be a not the Mando's Starfighter. So they are going to have a vehicle, at least one.
Wow.
Hopefully, eventually there will be an affordable Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, fellas, I'm gonna wrap this up. We went through that. I'm glad we did. I'm glad we got to have conversations, especially during my ad breaks. Um,
They worked
and
out. The ad
it did.
breaks worked out.
It did, and I'm glad we got to do this live and together. And go and do your thing this weekend. I will be in Louisville for the Kentucky Derby, so very little for me being done over May the 4th, but I'm going to try to play catch up and squeeze in what I can. And then I'm going to try to see the Phantom Menace next week on a weeknight after the fact to see it in the theater. But let's have some fun with all this stuff going on. Hopefully, you guys find some good sales and deals, and then we'll go from there. Like I said, we've got some great guests coming up with Graham Hancock, Mark Sumerick, Amy Richow, another author. She's going to come on board as well soon once her schedule clears up. So we've got some great authors coming up, and it'll add to what we're doing, and just a lot of exciting things. And guess what? Tales of the Empire this weekend, and a month from now, we get Acolyte, which guys, I don't if we just talk about this show for an hour and a half, I don't know what we're gonna do talking about the Acolyte. It's gonna be.
Did you guys watch that clip that I sent you today? Probably not, because you guys are killing me.
I'll watch it right now when we get off the show. I was working today. I was busy all day.
I sent you that from work.
And you're saying?
I do want to say as one final thought, though, even though being slightly critical of the finale of this show, I really did enjoy the characters of the Bad Batch. I'm glad the show happened because it was something for me to do, something to keep me entertained and stay in this Star Wars universe. So I don't want it to sound like I'm crushing the Bad Batch and just like, I really did enjoy the characters of this. Did it end the way I wanted it to? Probably not, but I'm okay with that. And I enjoyed it. So.
Me too.
I feel bad. I feel bad when I talk badly about these guys. That means they did something right with the show, So I just want to make that my final thought on all of it.
It was a good show. We're Star Wars nuts, so we forever. Yeah.
I mean, my final thoughts on it. It was entertaining. It was an entertaining show. I don't think it ever reached as being as great as their introduction in the Clone Wars or the first episode. I think those were probably the best Bad Batch episodes. And I think that's why I mean, the show was entertaining, but I think they teased you a lot about how much better this show could be. And
Agreed.
As far as May the 4th, we will be seeing the Phantom Menace Saturday at Regal. I'm trying to find someone that's going to AMC to hopefully get a R2D2 popcorn bucket.
Oh, the popcorn bucket.
I doubt that will happen because they're always so stingy with those, but we will definitely be getting the episode 1 bucket and cup from Regal.
Awesome. Good. And they'll be gone by the time I see it next week. I'm going to close on this thought, and I'm not even going to give you guys a chance to boo or hiss at it, but it was a fun show. I'm glad we got it. Let's move on to the next series. And let's think about it. The only other characters that were brought up in episode 7 of the Clone Wars were the Martez sisters. So just thank your lucky stars. We didn't just get 3 seasons of the Martez sisters instead of the Bad Batch. So that was a good roundup for everybody. Thanks to D-Doc. Thanks to Alfie. Thanks to all the followers and listeners who've been going along with us. Thanks for all the comments tonight. Brent, wish you could have been here. And until next week, go enjoy your May the 4th, and may the Force be with you.